Alright, y'all, Aura Farming Simulator 25, solo leveling is back in full force, and y'all boys, it's better than ever. And at this point, if you ain't hip to solo leveling, I'ma just assume you either live under a rock, or you just a cream of the crop certified top tier hater, cause there's no way you should be missing out on peak like this. So y'all, I'm not even finna waste no more time. Let's get into it.
I got royalty inside my DNA.
Alright, so the season starts off with our boys, Jin Woo, comfy and cozy in bed, catching Z's until he gets a call from Gina.
Hello?
Jinwoo, you're not still asleep, are you? Do you realize what time it is?
Yeah, I was a little worn out.
Well, wakey wakey, you're supposed to meet with my teacher today.
I'll be right there.
So we find out that since Jinwoo overslept, he's late to Gina's parent-teacher, well, guardian-teacher conference. And this is because their mom's still in the hospital 10 seconds away from a reboot card expiring. And their dad is God knows where, still out on a milk run from 10 years ago, but in reality,
That's why it's the go!
But nah, we gonna get into that later. But anyways, after getting the call from Gina, Jinwoo rushes over to the school. But not before this D1 max prestige aura farming nonchalant tryhard decides to take a quick detour to the barbershop and run to the mall to hit up Nordstrom to cop what I'm calling the Opium Rick Owens starter pack.
If looks get killed, baby, I'm the fashion.
And wait, hold on, am I tripping? Cause I know for a fact Jinwoo did not have this cut last episode, which was legit the day before. And he was worn out to the point where he slept in until 2 p.m. I'm crying. Igris must have been out there in his Rio bag. Said, I'll give you a taper with these clippers and these bitches fade. And we cannot skip over the fit. I just know for a fact Jinwoo was walking around the mall praying he ran into one of those fit check YouTubers like, alright, so I'm here with my boy today, man. Tell the people your name. Sungdrip Woo, E-Rank Hunter, Opium Slat type shit. I ain't gonna lie, you got that shit on, my boy. Break down the fit. What you wearing, man? Just a super cool, calm little fit, you know? First off, you know I always gotta be rocking rag. Me and Jordan, well, my bad. You guys aren't tight with them like I am. Me and Playboy Cardi got this saying like, if you're not rocking Rick, then your fit's dead. Like, if it's not Rick Owens, the hoes ain't going. Then I just got on this calm little button up from their winter collection they had. This was like 30K. The trousers are actually a Rick Owens Virgil Abloh collab from their one of one collection. Shit's priceless. Alright, y'all, quick question. Have y'all ever seen an anime character do something so crazy in the show that you just pause, sit there, reconsider your entire life, and just think, wait, what was going through their head to make them do that? Well, luckily, now you can thanks to today's video sponsor, PolyBuzz. Like, we all know that right now, solo leveling is one of the hottest shows out, with the aura farming monarch himself, Jin Woo, as the main character. And with PolyBuzz, I can legit have a post-game interview with dog after his fights. Like, y'all, check me out. I'm finna chop it up with my boy Jinwoo right now. Alright, Jinwoo, how did you get so strong? What was your workout routine throughout the whole process? Bro, I feel like with this right now, I can really get put on. And another great thing that I love about PolyBuzz is you can basically build whatever character you want and start chatting with them after a short setup period. So y'all boys, basically, your imagination is the limit. And with over 40 million downloads worldwide, PolyBuzz is a must-download app if you want to fully unleash your creativity. So bro, what are you waiting for? Download PolyBuzz via the link in the description today. And thanks again to PolyBuzz for sponsoring today's video. And I'm not even gonna waste no more time. Let's get back into it, y'all boys. But anyways, as Jen was walking through the school, all the little high school shorties is just fiending, no Travis Scott. And mind you, there's not a single dude in sight. They was all probably just gathered somewhere in a corner practicing that Kansas City Chiefs devil magic, praying on Jinwoo's downfall. Like, just imagine you're that guy in high school. 5-star athlete, tall, 4.0 GPA, valedictorian, student council president, all that. And your girl is out here looking like this?
Hey, Dad! Oh my God!
You telling me I just got out a 6-hour AP Calc just to see my girl making Google eyes and imagining how she can recreate every nasty scene in 50 Shades of Grey with this Michael B. Jordan overly handsome ass nigga? Oh no! I'll be in that bitch like these.
Por favor, Montoya, por favor, Montoya.
valid reason to crash out, not gonna lie. But anyways, Jinwoo meets Gina's teacher, and she's a model student, so he don't gotta worry about nothing there. But the real issue is, ever since her best friend Hong Song-yi awakened as a hunter, she been blowing off school cause she thinks she finna make it to the league, even though she an E rank. So to expose her to the real dangers of being a hunter, Jinwoo has her tag along to the C rank gate. So while they're headed over there, we cut over to see that this milk dud head ass nigga whose polo is 3 sizes too small, Hwang Dong-soo, just touched down in Korea. Cause Brody is still intent on getting it back in blood for the death of his older brother. So Jinwoo and them finally pull up to the gate, and he gets to chopping it up with his connect manager An about why they're there. Until this, ooh look, I was the line leader in 1st grade ass boy Kim Cho pulls up talking crazy, interrupting a whole convo, thinking he's a big shot just cause he's an A rank. And the reason Kim Cho is in such a bad mood is because even though he's a rookie, he looks down on people that are weaker than him. So when he found out he had to babysit 2 E ranks on his training raid, he didn't take that too well. So as everybody heads inside the gate, Jinwoo's spidey senses immediately start tingling.
Something's not right. What is this feeling?
And Jinwoo was right, cause out of nowhere the portal just starts tweaking, going ballistic. No, hurry! Jinwoo grabs Song-yi, trying to get her out of there as soon as possible, but it's already too late. What they originally thought was just a C-rank gate had already turned into a red gate. So this little practice mission just turned from a casual stroll in the park on a Sunday afternoon to a treacherous walk through O-Block at 8 p.m. And not like that little stunt Tekashi 6ix9ine tried to pull. I'm crying. Bro really got caught in 4K. This nigga really had the nerve to wait till all his ops went night-night, tucked in bed at 3 a.m. to start acting hard.
Embarrassing.
But anyways, right before the red gate fully closed, Jinwoo was able to yell out to manager An about contacting the primary strike team. Cause he already knows shit done just got more serious than the explosive diarrhea you get from eating a Popeye's Cajun turkey for Thanksgiving. So we cut back over to Jinwoo and the gang to see they've been teleported to this frozen forest. And everybody's panicking cause this is a red gate. And these type of gates are significantly more dangerous than they initially appear. Because not only do they hide their actual power levels until the hunters go through, but they completely isolate anybody on the inside of the gate from the outside world. Once you win that motherfucker, you in there. And reinforcements are non-existent because the barrier on the outside of the gate is so strong that not even S-rank hunters can break into it. So the only way to get out is by either defeating the boss or hoping you can survive long enough for a dungeon break so you can get reinforcements from the real world. And icing on the cake, these red gates operate like hyperbolic time chambers. 1 day inside of a red gate is equal to 1 hour in the real world. So Jin was explaining to Shorty how dangerous of a situation they're in. And the whole time, her ass is looking more shocked than me when I heard about the Luka Doncic Lakers trade. Then all of a sudden,
Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
the ops legit wasted no time. Dog right here turned into Chris Kyle off American Sniper and put one to his dome with the quick. And now he got some holes in his top. Got this random NPC looking like an Air Force One. But wait, hold on. It was 2 shots. Where'd the other one go? Oh my god, bruh. They ain't even been in this dungeon for 2 minutes, and this nigga is already aura farming. Nah, this is actually hilarious, cause just like Kevin Durant doing jumpers in the club, that shit was completely unnecessary. Jinwoo could have easily stepped in front of Song-yi and deflected the arrow, but instead, not only does this man turn into Captain Save-A-Hole, cradling her and making old girl instantly fall in love, but after catching it, this man Jinwoo holds the pose like he finna get flicked up for some IG pics or something. Like, bro! So the gang looks up in the trees and they see that they just got pulled up on by some ice elves.
They're high up in the trees, where most people wouldn't notice them. They intentionally targeted our weakest links, which would have included me 2 months ago.
Then this goofy ass elf looks directly at Jinwoo, and out of all the emotes he had in his Fortnite inventory, bro decides to hit the cutthroat emote. And little did he know, from this moment right here, his fate was sealed. Bastard! So the elves dip out, and this is when Captain Cornball over here declares himself as the group leader and just starts yelling. So everybody's just looking at him like,
do you have a plan, and can you tell us what it is?
I'd run it as good as it can be run.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan.
I'm crying. Not only does this nigga not have a plan, but bro must have the IQ of a McNugget, cause this is the masterful scheme he used all 11 of his brain cells to cook up. Kim Cho says that they're gonna split up into 2 groups, saying that doing so would increase their chances of survival.
Cap.
Then just deboed all of the higher rank hunters in the squad to his group. So essentially, this man was just leaving all the weaker hunters to die. But Shorty right here, The B rank healer? You the real MVP, cause you know ball, my baby. She for sure a D1 scout. She saw Jinwoo catch that arrow earlier and instantly knew this man was a 5-star recruit. So everybody splits into their groups, with Captain Cornball leading his band of meat riders into the forest. And as they get deeper in the forest, they notice hella trees are marked with claw marks, meaning these boys is smack dab in the middle of ice bear territory.
That E-Rank's little squad is gonna die faster than I thought.
Yeah, boss, they're totally cooked.
Hang on, they've got a C rank and a B rank healer on their team. Why'd I say the E rank squad like he leads them?
And kids, Kimcho learned a valuable lesson that day. Aura will always outweigh rankings. But before he can even think it over anymore, the gang gets pulled up on by 3 ice bears, and these boys out here looking diesel as hell. And this one in the middle right here is easily 12 feet, 950 pounds of pure muscle. Like, bro, what is you doing? You out here playing with the wrong bears. Caleb Williams needs a new O-line, gang. Get your ass to tryouts. So the ice bear wastes no time and speed blitzes Kimcho. But bro immediately stood on business and countered with this God of War perfect parry. Fracturing the bear's claw in 18 different places. And I ain't even gonna hold you, twin. It's not a manicure in the world that could fix that hack job. But he ain't even gonna have to worry about all that, cause Captain Cornball Swiss cheese his ass, making bro twins with Go/Joe. And bruh, just look at the other NPCs in the back. Not even 10 seconds ago, they was talking crazy. But as soon as they got pulled up on, they ain't want no smoke. Was just out there standing completely frozen, looking like me whenever I try talking to baddies in public. So while Kimcho's team is out there fighting for their lives, Jinwoo and the gang got together so they could all go. Since they're in the middle of the ice-cold tundra, Jinwoo opens the item shop to cop each member in the squad matching all brown mock tear puffers. So of course, after seeing such high-class summoning magic, the other 3 members in Jinwoo's squad are just like,
Who the fuck are you?
and Jinwoo was just like,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
and tells them that he's the reason they're gonna make it out of here, so don't ask no questions and don't make any demands. But anyways, before they can continue their conversation, an ice bear pulls up, no Kobe, but Jinwoo just raised his hand like,
Don't worry, I got this.
and changes his job title from the one who overcame adversity to Wolf Assassin, giving him a 40% boost to all his stats against animal type monsters. Outside the gate, we see Dong-Soo Wong just pulled up, and he's pressed cause he didn't get the chance to run the ones with Jinwoo before he went inside. So we come back over to Jinwoo to see that this man did caught more bodies than a girl fresh off a breakup. Then he puts an NBA YoungBoy sized dent in his ice bear's head before using his lifeless body as a throne. Like, mans ain't even trying to hide it at this point. It's just shameless aura farming, just like Piccolo. This man Sung Dripple will not hesitate. If he sees the slightest opportunity to farm aura, best believe he's taking it. And hold on, cause I know I'm not the only one who peeped this. Notice how everybody else got their coat zipped all the way up, and they even got the matching Louis V mittens on. Not only is this man Jinwoo not wearing his mittens, but his coat is fully unzipped. Yes, Jinwoo, we see the fit, bro. Relax. I even dedicated a whole bit earlier in the video to it too, so you good, gang. Trust. But hey, quick side note, man, if I ever walked out the house like this as a little kid, my mama would have smacked the black off my goofy ass, put it right back on me, then would have smacked that shit off me again just for good measure till that coat got zipped up. Mama Cho wasn't playing them games at all. But anyways, Jinwoo sets up camp for the rest of his squad and then heads deeper into the forest by himself to put ice bears on the endangered species list. Bro must be actively trying to start beef with PETA. So he pulls up to the cave and off rip, he notices that these boys is rolling deep. So Jinwoo wastes no time. He immediately summons his army of YNs by saying, "Come forth." And just like Joel and being on the Sixers, Jinwoo did not come to play. Cause there's so many hitters with that nigga, they could have been the Dodgers. So Jinwoo's shadow army and the ice bears just get to going stupid. And mad casualties are being caught on each side. But word to Lil Durk, the difference is, just like Rocket's revive beacon on Marvel Rivals, Jinwoo can essentially spawn unlimited shadows to the battlefield as long as he has the mana to do so. So it don't even matter if his shadows get packed. Them boys can be back as quickly as they left. So as the fight goes on, the NPC ice bears are just getting ran through like the school bop, and their numbers is diminishing quickly. That's until the big dog, leader of the pack, pulls up on straight timing, flexing on everybody. But Jinwoo's unfazed, no Lil Uzi. Bro immediately lets out a roar, straight up speed blitzing these 3 shadows in the front. Sent these boys back to the lobby with one right hand slash, and then backhanded the fuck out of bro right here before turning these 2 mages into mush. And bro said, I am not here for no type of games, twin. Do not get this little shit twisted. And literally wipes out Jinwoo's entire army by popping his ult, summoning his massive AoE attack. Meanwhile, the whole time this is happening, Jinwoo and Igris are in the back like,
Wow.
And just like me and Sydney Thomas's DMs, Jin Woo wasn't even finna get his man the time of day. So we just subs in Igris, who immediately started farming aura, walking slow, showing off the new fit. Bro said he feeding the streets with these 4K Twister clips for edits one way or the other. So the Ice Bear boss full on charges at Igris, coming at this man's neck like a lumberjack. But Igris was just like, now you see me, now you don't. Hitting this small little instant transmission before hopping in his Dora bag like, num num, delicioso. Taking a chunk out of this man's shoulder while hitting the pose for the gram. Got the Ice Bear screaming for the sweet Lord Jesus. But Broski could not go out like that, especially in front of the hoes. So he tries getting his lick back. But how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
That don't work.
Bro hits another instant transmission. Before doing this, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Ass maneuver. You're wide open. Green fuck nigga. And blows this man's back out. And I'm not gonna lie, Igris must have been watching film on Levi Ackerman in his free time or something, because bro is moving around effortlessly. So bro lands on the ground, then takes out both his Achilles, making sure bro will be stuck on the IR for the rest of the season. And in the last ditch effort to save his life, the Ice Bear tries popping his ult again, but Igris wasn't going for that at all. He knew what dog was trying to do before he even did it. A master of detection. Igris said, just like the motherfucking judge, the hammer come out for protection. And at this point, Jinwoo doesn't know if he should be impressed or concerned, because in his head, he was just like,
If Igris fought me with the sword, I'd definitely be a dead man right now. Excellent work.
So right after seeing Jinwoo wrap up things with the Ice Bears, we cut back over to Captain Cornball Squad, seeing that these boys is in worse condition than Kawhi Leonard's knees. Bro right here is already in a warmer place getting sturdy with King Von. Kim Cho's shield is broken in half, and this NPC is laid out like a picnic blanket reaching out for him like, please, group leader, save me.
Goodbye, my nigga. Back to the lobby.
Captain. And at this moment, last man standing, Kim Cho knew he was cooked. Cause them D-Block demons just pulled up on the gang and squad wiped them boys with crazy efficiency. And the dungeon boss is leading the pack. So I ain't even gotta tell y'all already know. Treacherous activities are bound to ensue. Sung Jin Woo's Black Air Force energy has arisen. And this man is an absolute menace now. It's no secret that solo leveling is the hottest anime out right now. And for good reason. It's straight gas. So y'all already know, we gotta dive right back into all the treacherous activities going on. So let's get into it.
Arise. Now this I can work with.
Alright, so we start off by seeing these 5 idiots spawn camping outside the Red Gate, and we find out they've been posted up like Prime Shack in the 90s for the past 3 hours, meaning roughly 3 days have passed inside the Red Gate. So Mr. Skinny Jeans and Too Tight Polo starts walking off because he assumes that Jinwoo and them are as good as dead by now. But before he takes off, he starts pressing manager on about why Jinwoo was even there in the first place. So he just tells him that him and Jinwoo was cool, and he asked about observing the C-rank raid. So that's why he brought him in, even though he's not affiliated with the White Tiger Guild.
Is that all?
Don't give me that bullshit. Do I really seem that gullible? Just what have you dug up this time? You've always had a knack for sniffing out talent. So what's an E-rank doing? Dong-Su, remove your filthy hand. Now.
So these two boys just start going aura for aura, and the spiritual pressure they're emitting from this standoff alone is terrifying. And Dog right here already knows, if somebody don't stop him soon and an S-rank battle breaks out, then the city terrain is gonna end up being flatter than Taylor Swift. But before these boys could get to squabbling for real, A-rank hunter Jin Cho steps in and cuts out all that nonsense immediately. And luckily for him, both Yoonho and Dong-Soo held back and pulled their punches at the last minute. Cause if not, bro would've ended up being twins with Hansel and Manuel, ×2. So cut back to inside the gate, and we see Captain Cornball freezing in the forest after he blew skadooed his ass away from the dungeon boss last episode. And he's making up every possible excuse in the book trying to justify that fat ass L they just took. Like, come on bro, it's not rocket science, it's not that hard. Legit, all you had to do was look at your team comp. It was ass. Y'all boys ran 1 tank, 4 DPSs with no healer. You was just asking to get cooked, twin. And Kim Chol is on the verge of crashing out. You can just see it on his face. He don't know what to do. And on top of that, he ends up seeing all the Ice Bear corpses, so he's in complete shock.
I was wondering where all the Ice Bears went. Did those earrings do this? No, those weaklings could never.
So some time passes and Kimcho ends up coming across the campsite Jinwoo had set up for his squad. Seeing them comfy, cozy, and warm around the fire, with they Moncler puffers and blankets on, fully fed, just laughing it up. And seeing this shit got Kimcho tighter than an Atlanta nigga jeans. Cause we pan over the bro and it's nothing but Rihanna in the camera, straight forehead. And this man's eye is just twitching uncontrollably with veins popping out the side of his head. And I'm just sitting there like,
take it easy, man. Cool your beans, bro.
But bro decides to do the exact opposite. Instead of trying to ask questions, use logic, or have any type of common sense, Kimcho decides to be like a high school girl and go for the Olympic gold by straight up high jumping to conclusions. I'm crying. Bro was really out here pressed that he didn't get invited to the cookout when it was his idea to split up in the first place.
Hey! My team was wiped out because we didn't have the right gear or supplies. While you're out here enjoying a damn cookout? Which one of you was the hoarder? Who was keeping all this a secret? You got my teammates killed!
I'm pretty sure it was Candace.
Candace? Who the hell is Candace?
Candace dick fit in your mouth? So after hearing this, Kimcho just gets a raging like a little Fortnite Timmy and tells the others that if they don't answer his questions by the count of 3, everybody in the camp getting switched, and he don't care if they innocent or not.
1, 2, 3.
That's why he's everything! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Jin Woo was moving militant with perfect timing too. He said, hold on, let me exfoliate this nigga cause he a scrub. He legit one-pumped Captain Cornball and had this man bouncing across the snow like he was skipping stones in a lake.
Embarrassing.
You're blaming your comrades' deaths on us because of your incompetence? Not gonna lie, that's negative aura. I also see you brought unwanted guests. You can drop this stealth act now.
And y'all, I don't even know why the elves even tried this. They should know by now, Jinwoo's aura detection badge is fully maxed out on Hall of Fame, so it's no hiding. This is just like putting some fried chicken in front of a fat nigga. Trust, he gonna guess correctly every time. So the gang sees that they've just been pulled up by a whole platoon of ice elves led by the boss. So Jinwoo and old boy get to chopping it up, blazing each other, and everybody's shocked cause Jinwoo's speaking fluent ice elfanese right now, and nobody else can understand what they saying. Nah, it's no way the system really came pre-installed with Duolingo and Rosetta Stone. Man, they just better be glad they ain't let a nigga like me get a hold of no tech like this. Cause trust, first thing I'm doing is spitting game to all the Latina baddies like,
Hola, como esta, shorty? It's okay, no one has to know, baby girl.
Don't call me baby girl. I'm not your fucking Spanish teacher. Don't do that.
But anyways, the boss was just like,
I'll make this simple since you understand me.
allow me to reintroduce my subordinate.
He told me there was a strong one in your group.
Hey, it's me, Goku!
What was that?
No idea. What you were saying?
Ah, yes. My subordinate tells me there's a strong one in your group. What do you say to that?
No. Hold on. Run that back, Turbo. So you telling me that Jinwoo heard this man wanted smoke, then immediately puts this nigga on ice like Wayne Gretzky? No questions asked? I mean, technically he did give him the faith of a one-on-one, so dog can't even be mad in the afterlife. Like, y'all, I kid you not. I can't even compare this to Hydrogen Bomb versus Coffin Baby. That's how one-sided this was. This was more like a planetary devastation versus a motherfucking Squishmallow. Hold on, somebody remind me. What Drake say? Bench players talking like starters. I hate it. But I mean, I ain't even expect much out of bro to begin with. He looked like the type of nigga to stare at his barber during haircuts. And what makes this 10 times worse is that y'all already know Jinwoo had to sprinkle a little aura in there too. Not only does he behead bro in one foul swoop, but he does it with one hand still in his pocket. And for the love of God, yes Jinwoo, we see the fit, bro. God damn!
You can't keep getting away with it!
Who's next?
And apparently, Jinwoo was on the opposite of that money bag yo type of timing. Cause bro said, I do not have time today. And immediately turns into a whole COD movement demon. Speedless in the boss, but he just got that shit blocked like Prime Surgy Barca. But he did manage to take out his horse in the process. And Jinwoo, I'ma just tell you this for your own safety, bro. Last episode it was the ice bears. And now it's the horse. All I'm saying is, don't be surprised if Peter pull up to your crib with 20 black Suburbans. Stay safe out here, gang.
Y'all be safe. You know 12 out here.
So we find out that that the ice elves hear voices in their heads and have something similar to the system, but theirs actively tells them to kill humans instead. But for some reason, not Jin Woo. So bro tries cutting a deal with Jin Woo, saying that if he lets him kill the other members of his squad, they'll spare him. But y'all already know, he wasn't going for that at all. So instead, Jin Woo just asked them who they are. But bro couldn't even get 2 words out before he just started glitching, just like my iPhone every year right before they announce a new model finna drop. And Jin Woo's just looking like,
Do my eyes deceive me?
Huh?
Whose mess is this?
Well, what do you say to my generous offer?
Nah, I'ma do my own thing.
So you really intend on making enemies out of us? I don't know if you've noticed, but you're clearly outnumbered.
You sure about that?
On your left, my liege.
This is when Jinwoo literally summons his army of YNs, which I'm officially dubbing the Young Nigga Avengers, cause these boys move different. And the Super Saiyan aura is just emanating off Jinwoo, and his squad can't believe it. So this just turns into a full-on brawl on some Fortnite Battle Royale type of timing to see who gonna be the last man left standing. So like me accidentally stumbling across a secret KKK meeting in the woods, Song Yi, old girl, and the other dude realized they don't belong there real quick and just got to skedaddling out of there. But Dumb and Dumber here peep that they trying to run away, and they think they got a couple free kills on their hands. And they did until the GOAT tapped into the motherfucking speed force, caught my man's arrow the literal nanosecond after he fired it, then proceeded to fuck up their whole front line like a beginner barber. Nah, bro really ego chowed a 3v1 and managed to wipe the entire squad without taking damage or reloading. Then decides to add a little jacket toss at the end to get some style points. So as Jin was assessing the battlefield, he realizes that the Ice Elf boss is probably a lot stronger than him. Cause right now, Jinwoo's shadow soldiers are getting ran through easier than Bonnie Blue. But he ain't got no choice. He gotta box with the kid. Cause the boss just forced Jinwoo away from the main battle and called ISO on him.
I am called Barca. Might I have your name as well?
Sung Jinwoo, E-rank hunter. So these boys just start having the aura farm off in the middle of the frozen tundra before they both go dashing in at each other. Barca swings, but Jinwoo weaves immediately taking high ground like,
beholds the god of thunder!
But that move should have stayed in the 1800s cause that shit was telegraphed. Barca ended up dodging before Jinwoo even hit the ground, then stepped on his blade, but Jinwoo was just like, stupid, return to inventory. Back to me, get blocked. Then goes for nothing but head like Beavis. But Barca was just like, sir, may I have this dance? Weaving with malicious intent before saying, fuck out the spot, twin. Sending them flying across the battlefield. Got bro out there looking like he Cardi. And Barca's smug as can be cause he knows he has the upper hand in combat right now. But what he didn't know is that Jinwoo got a trick up his sleeve, but he don't do magic. But luckily, his mages do. The whole time Barca and Jinwoo was squabbling, these boys was in the back cooking up a nasty spell. Cause Barca looks up in the sky to see a motherfucking nuke headed right for him. And this got him acting out of body. Cause the mages said,
by the eye of Agamotto.
And like a STD, Jinwoo was trying to get that boy burned. Meanwhile, Kimcho finally decided to wakey from nap time, and bro still can't believe it. He feels like he just got hit by a truck, but he knows it was Jinwoo. So he just activates God of War Spartan Rage and starts charging at him, sword in hand, thinking some way, somehow we can still come out of this with a dub after getting disrespected like that.
You a little boy to me. I'll kiss you on your forehead. You a little boy.
Like my brother, your brain has to be smooth. I'm convinced somebody needs to airdrop this nigga some IQ points. Cause Mance just refuses to use common sense, just like Tyreek Hill refuses to wear a condom. So while Kim Chol is having a complete meltdown, we see that Barca's fully recovered from being stun locked by that last attack. And he's speed blitzing Jinwoo too, trying to get his lick back. So Kim Chol and Barca inadvertently team up on a 2-man, trying to hit Jinwoo from both ways like the Queen of Spades. And at this point, he ain't got no choice. Mance just summons Igris and activates
Mist breathing, 11th form, winter winds.
Temporarily blinding Barca, and in the chaos, he has Igris one-tap Kim Chol, sending this man to the afterlife to get sturdy with Pop Smoke. Then just mean mugs, bro, like,
Get the fuck out of here, little nigga.
Before saying,
arise.
And Barca still can't see a thing. Jinwoo smoked mid, but bro still decided to push. Mance must not care about his KD at all. So Barca's still doing the digital dash at Jinwoo and them like a whole track star, like,
stupid, you cannot hide from me.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
And it's wants Jinwoo's newest shadow soldier in the A-rank tank.
From now on, your bitch ass serves me, and your new name is Iron. You understand?
I'm crying. Jinwoo be mad disrespectful sometimes. He said I changed this broke nigga's life. So Iron lets out a mean roar, activating his taunt skill, and Barca dashes in. Iron tries hitting him, but bro must have took the phrase all misses no hits a little too seriously. Cause Brody was out there looking like Avatar Aang, a whole airbender. And Barca was just like, yeah, this boy must be Hawaiian as fuck, cause he straight buns. Jinwoo, come to the streets. And make sure you bring your boy too.
Oh, say less.
Barca darts in, but Igris counters with the perfect parry and slash. Barca tries taking high ground, but Jinwoo said, nah gang, this is a no-fly zone, sending him right back to the floor where Igris was waiting. And these boys just get to going crazy. But Iron said, nah, hold on y'all, let me cook. Letting out another roar, but this one good for nothing except pissing off Barca. So he takes high ground again like,
armed and dangerous.
But Blanc shoulda knew. Bucky ult in the tank on full health is first battle Hall of Fame short bus behavior. Just wasted your whole reset. This did give Igris a chance to attack though, but he just got weak. But guess what? Jinwoo didn't.
Persistent as ever, but I suggest you stop taking me so lightly.
I'll admit, you're definitely strong, but your team not. Them boys garbage. Got you out here looking like 2018 LeBron.
Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead.
And this got Barca heated. He dashes in, but Jinwoo turns into Prime Clayton Kershaw, launching a 100-mile-per-hour dot right at his neck that barely got dodged. And Barca was just like,
throwing away your weapon. How stupid can you be?
To me, Mjolnir.
And Jinwoo Uno reversed the blade right back at Barca's head, which he barely managed to parry, shattering his knife. And somebody might need to diamond test my man's gear, cause that shit looking fraudulent. So Jinwoo immediately summons Iron, who gave this man uppies, put him in a full Nelson. And Jinwoo said, my shooters must be atheists the way they always gonna blast for me. And this shit got Barca heated. Literally and figuratively. Cause bro switches Iron and says,
how dare you disrespect me this way! I am going to slaughter all of you!
Ooh, got it, man.
Nah, gang. It's over. You're cooked.
Don't give me that shit! It's over when I say!
You might want to look behind you.
Huh?
This man Jinwoo is disrespectful. He really got this nigga looking up in the sky like Willem Dafoe. I'm weak. Then just leaves his light work to Iron, who squashes Barca like a bug. It was just straight belt to ass for Barca at this point.
Like I said, it's over.
And no, hold on. We gotta run this back. Cause there's no way y'all thought I wasn't gonna peep this. Right after this man Jinwoo threw the oop to Iron, instead of staying around for the aftermath, Jinwoo thought in a life or death battle, this would be the perfect time to farm aura by walking into his own shadow with his hands in his pockets. Like, I kid you not, there's no cameras around, it's no baddies watching. Like, there is no reason you should be doing all this, gang. At this point, he just doing it for the love of the game. Aura farming must have came pre-installed with his glow up, cause I know for a fact it's gotta be in the back of his head at all times, talking to this nigga like the Green Goblin mask. And with the boss defeated, the gate is cleared, so Jinwoo and the others make their way outside. With this man Jinwoo walking out on some nonchalant cool shit, not saying a word to anybody. So Beast Boy grabs Jinwoo as he's walking past like, now hang on a second. I have questions, and you're gonna answer them.
Unhand me, heathen. This Montclair, little nigga.
Montclair not. As Guildmaster of the White Tigers, I deserve to know what happened, causing 6 of my hunters to die!
While that may be true, I'm the reason your remaining 2 tigers still live as their presidents. Don't you think I deserve your proper respect? Now hands off the Montclair, little nigga.
Nah, this man Jinwoo is a menace. He basically told Guildmaster Bake,
look, glaze me. Oh my god, glaze me. Look, you. Glaze me.
So after getting ratioed by Jinwoo, Beast Boy told Manager An he don't care what it takes. They gotta find a way to get bro signed to the White Tiger Guild on a super max contract. And everybody just ends up heading home. Alright, so we start off with our boy, Sung Drip Woo, finally revisiting the Demon Castle because he's still dead set on getting the elixir of life to heal his mom. And he's way more confident now because not only does he have new skills and abilities, but now he's 3 times stronger than he was when he fought Cerberus in season 1. So this should be a cakewalk. So he strolls through the front gate and immediately gets a notification from the system saying he has a new quest. And they basically tell this man that he has to play Kill Confirmed in the Demon Castle and collect the souls of 10,000 demons.
Whatever. I haven't lost sight of my real objective. Whether it's 10,000 or 10 million, I'll kill them all.
And Jinwoo was dead ass, cause he ain't even let these NPC demons get a chance to have screen time. Got these boys slimed out like they on Nickelodeon. Off-screened them with crazy efficiency. Cause we cut over to see that this nigga Jinwoo has caught more bodies than the prime Lob City Clippers and is standing on a literal mountain of demon corpses. But Jinwoo's upset cause even though he's collecting the souls that he needs for the quest, he can't extract the shadows of the demons and add them to his army cause they mana is contaminated. So Jinwoo presses on, clearing out floor after floor, looking like Bonnie Blue the way he's catching bodies with no remorse. And there's 100 floors to get through in the demon castle. So Jinwoo knows this is the perfect opportunity to farm aura, gain XP, and to get stronger. So Jinwoo goes on to collect the required 10,000 demon souls right as he reaches the 50th floor, where he's greeted by the lord of the lower floors, the avaricious Vulcan, who looks like what had happened if Dave Blunts and the lady who couldn't fit in the back of her lift hit a fusion ha! And he's literally posted up with his demons. No future. So Jinwoo wastes no time summoning the young nigga Avengers, going army for army with Vulcan saying,
Think I'll take on that boss there myself. Y'all boys, you know what to do. Handle my light work.
So these boys start getting active. Jinwoo brought the play and they sold all out for the blitz, called a full-on engage 8. And the major said, I'm not like none of y'all boys. Yeah, I'm soft-spoken, but this chopper make a lot of noise. Launching a motherfucking nuke right at they front line, while Iron and Igris in the field like they playing Madden, catching bodies left and right with no effort. And this whole time, while the Shadow Soldiers and the NPC demons are out there fighting for their lives, Jinwoo and Dave Blunts Jr. decide to have a two-way Mexican standoff, or a farming edition, right in the middle of the battlefield. And Vulcan may be huge, but Big Boy got some jets on him. Bro took the phrase blinking you'll miss it literally, cause Dog got to moving at the speed of light, and then pops up out of thin air ready to Hulk smash Jinwoo and his Shadow Soldiers with his club. But Jinwoo dodges, cocking back for a punch with so much force that it tore through his jacket sleeve, saying, You think that's gonna work on me? And channels his inner Saitama, decking this nigga in the mouth with a punch harder than me after seeing that new Ice Spice video. What did he say? But anyways, Jinwoo had Dog skipping across the pavement like a little kid at recess. Must have had this man thinking he was back in prime COVID years cause he can't taste a thing. And Jinwoo's just looking at his fists cause he can't believe his new strength. And getting embarrassed like that pissed off Vulcan. Bro got activated. He just started screaming like an iPad kid when you take their tablet away. And Dog gets to moving, pushing Jinwoo like his shield was cracked. And I just know with every step, Vulcan was creating mini earthquakes. Seismograph must have been going stupid. And I really wish we got a first-person POV of this cause y'all ain't realizing how terrifying this actually is. Like, check me out. Imagine a 30-foot, 5,000-pound behemoth doing the digital dash, looking at you like you're his last supper. No cap, I be in that bitch looking like these. So Jinwoo wastes no time, calling out the Iron who threw his shield over like prime Tom Brady, and Vulcan just gets it going berserk. Bro really said, man's really popped Iron Fist and got to putting the beats on Jinwoo's shield like a snare drum with his Louisville Slugger. But as soon as Jinwoo saw his opening, he yeeted his shield at Vulcan like Captain America, then took high ground summoning his dagger like, I'm finishing this!
No, you ain't.
But Jinwoo ain't know that Vulcan has his floor general badge on Hall of Fame, so his on-court awareness is godlike. Man started play developing on the field before it even happened like he was Isagi. Hit a quick 180 and turned into prime Aaron Judge, cocking back to hit Jinwoo like he was a home run ball. But at the very last second, Jinwoo remembered that his ruler's hand ability is a level 2 now. So with ruler's hand, he was able to slow down the club, slightly altering his trajectory and impact so he didn't take any damage. Then he takes his 2-step out the way of that shit to reset the whole encounter, setting up a straight aura POV, a true David versus Goliath moment, and we all know how that ended. Vulcan's sweet, but Jinwoo activates Ultra Instinct, weaving out the way and just darts to his left. But Vulcan said, Demon home too, pussy, and started walking down Jinwoo like he was on an Olympic track relay. And Jinwoo knows he's in a terrible spot right now, cause if he don't think of something quick, he gonna end up being the main course of this man's next meal. So as he's running, Jinwoo peeps his skyscraper hitting the Michael Jackson lean and knows this is exactly what he needs to set his play up. So this man activates his dash skill and legit turns into Sonic to scale the side of this skyscraper, with Vulcan still on his ass like white on rice. And on me, gravity gotta function differently inside the demon castle, cause there's no way this level 99 bowling ball should be able to get up here and be this agile, bruh. So Jinwoo lands at the top of the building and says,
Should have been watching your step there.
You're dead!
Nah, I'm just playing, but I swear to God, if there's one ending theme that traumatized an entire fandom, it'd definitely be this. But anyways, after spawning in his blade, Jinwoo wastes 0 time and immediately hits the Z-burst dash, one pumping Vulcan, legit taking a chunk out of bro's neck to finally make Humpty Dumpty go tumbling down. And y'all already know, Jinwoo had to be on some nonchalant cool shit in Aura Farm to finish. Bro ain't even turn around to confirm the kill at first. He was too busy flexing for the imaginary camera. I'm weak. And with Vulcan defeated, Jinwoo was able to collect the World Tree fragment and now has 1 out of the 3 total items he needs to craft the Elixir of Life. So we cut over to a Hunters Association HQ building in America where they're holding Sung Il-wan, Jinwoo's father, as a prisoner after he emerged from a dungeon earlier in the episode. And we find out that this is the reason that Mr. Skinny Jeans and Too Tight Polo had to leave the Red Gate earlier in the season, because they needed bro there to interrogate Il-wan, because they couldn't tell if he was actually human or a magic beast. So these boys get to chopping it up, and Il-wan asked Dong-Soo how much info does humanity actually know about the gates and magic beasts, because an Avengers level threat is on the way, and if they don't do nothing to prevent its arrival, the ultimate catastrophe is gonna hit. But just like some French Montana in 2025, Dong-Soo wasn't trying to hear that shit, so he was just like, man, yo ass capping. We legit got hunters covering every corner of the earth. I don't care who come, we gonna be straight.
Would you look at that? A wife and kids. Tell me, do you remember your son's name? Jin Woo. What's that got to do with you?
I'm the one asking questions, not you.
No, you'll answer that.
My answer is screw you. But I will tell you this. Your baby boy, he's as good as dead. And I'll make sure I go nice and slow so he suffers. And y'all boys, as soon as Dong-Soo mentioned bro's family, his fate was sealed. That Dong-Soo pack was up in the air, cuz.
I just love my dog. Yeah. Nigga, my brother told me how to taste the
Nah, that's negative aura. This nigga got off screen. It's no way, bro. Jinwoo dad got this man in the hospital looking like Rachel off Baki. I'm weak. But anyways, we come back over to the demon castle and we see that the boy, Igris, walk him down and the rest of the gang just pulled up on their next set of victims. But for some reason, Jinwoo was nowhere to be found. Like, look, let me set the scene for you. On the ground, we got Jinwoo's shadow soldiers and the demons on the main level going band for band, aura for aura, army for army or whatever, right? And the boss is in the background sitting on his throne of skulls. And can y'all just take a gander where this man Jinwoo was posted up? And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you said sitting down somewhere chilling while his shadows handle his light work, you're wrong. Man somehow snuck behind this entire army and is literally posted up like motherfucking Batman on a gargoyle, standing on top of the boss's throne chair, moonlight in the background just ever so slightly providing a backlit glow while looking down on him. Alright, yeah, nah, I've seen enough. At this point, we gotta call an intervention or something, cause Jinwoo is clearly suffering from stage 4 AFS, aura farming syndrome. He saw that the boss was trying to out-aura him and said, hell nah, twin. Trust, you could be giving me head, but you still ain't topping me. What? We're flying to Philadelphia. Oh, hell no! So while the boss is in complete and utter shock, Jinwoo says,
come on, it's almost too easy. Sorry, but did my boys really give you that much trouble? Weren't expecting it to go this way, huh? I'd wonder if the undead felt fear, but who cares? You're dead.
Huh?
Bro, solo leveling gotta chill. 2 one-shots in a row is diabolical. First Dong-Soo and now Dog right here? This shit crazy. And with the team who Grim Reaper defeated, that means Jinwoo has successfully cleared the first 75 floors. Perfect timing too, cause he just ran out of rations, so he's gonna have to go restock before he takes on the other 25 floors. But before he takes off, he makes sure to equip the 25 karat iced out VVS Eliante diamond earrings that he devoted from Vulcan, along with the matching Cuban chain he just snatched off of the Grim Reaper to give him a +5 boost to all his stats. And Jinwoo, knowing that he's 1 item away from saving his mom, is more locked in than ever. So he swears that the next time he visits the castle, he'll finish this once and for all. Alright, so we pick up right where we left off with Jinwoo emerging from a portal after leaving the demon castle, trying his hardest to get an off-guard flick for the gram. So he checks his Minecraft inventory, realizing the last thing he needs to collect to make the elixir of life is the purified blood of the demon monarch, Baran. And in order to do that, Mance is going to level up and get even stronger than he is now by participating in higher level raids. But officially, Jinwoo is still an E rank, so it's no way them boys at the association is gonna let him in any of those. So Jinwoo says he needs to stop faking and decides to go get his rank reevaluated. So we fast forward a little bit, and Jinwoo pulls up to the site and gets called back into the testing room, where he has to place his hand on this huge black crystal that measures mana. And Shorty on the computer immediately gets hit with an error message, so she asks Jinwoo try again, but no dice, same result. Hey, what you got going on in here? The line's backed up out the ass, and I'm supposed to clock out in 15. I think the machine might be broken or something. It keeps saying error. Man, watch out. Let me see. Man, what the f— Yeah, so that's the exact same thing I was thinking. Ugh, stupid piece of shit. I got an elite two-man set up after my shit. Let's hunker junk on work. Okay, hold on. Let me go to task manager. Nigga, I tried that already. Wait, nah, shut up. Hold on, gang. This isn't a mechanical error. What this error message means is that he can't be assessed. This means that this man's mana and aura reserves are so vast that it exceeds our machine's limits. In other words, this sexy motherfucker right here, Jin Woo, is our country's 10th S-rank hunter. So word about Jinwoo being an S-rank spread around the testing center quicker than the STD during spring break in Miami, and everybody's in a frenzy, just glazing. Right now, this man Jinwoo is getting biblical levels of motion like ISO speed. Like even Temu Aizen pulled up to the scene, ready to offer this man the Shohei Ohtani Supermax to join his guild like,
why hello there, I'm Jongin Choi, head of the Hunters Guild. But perhaps you already knew that. I'll cut straight to the point. We recognize your talent and we'd love to have you join our guild. Nah, I'm busy right now. Watch out, little nigga.
Embarrassing. Oh no, this can't be.
Wait, Manager Woo, am I tripping? I introduced myself as Jongin Choi, S-rank hunter and leader of the Hunters Guild, didn't I? Yes, sir, you definitely did.
So why did this bitch ass nigga just ignore me? I swear these YNs don't respect nobody.
Nah, ain't no way. Man shot his shot at Jinwoo and just ended up getting curved worse than Lacey. So fast forward to later that night, and Jinwoo's visiting his mom in the hospital. And as he's leaving her room, bro gets pulled up on by Manager Woo, who then introduces him to Chairman Go, the head honcho at the Hunters Association. And y'all already know, it's no way we finna skip over this entrance. I'm weak. Solo leveling is unintentionally one of the funniest shows out, cause they even got 80-year-old unks aura farming. Like, why is you hiding in the shadows, gang? And mind you, they had to plan this whole thing out. So not only did they have to find out the room number of Jinwoo's mom, dog completely walked past the room to hide, made Manager Woo post up, and then both of them was just sitting there for God knows how long. LOL, bro. This old, there's my cue, at entrance. But anyways, the reason that these two pulled up on Jinwoo was to offer him a position at the Hunters Association instead of joining one of the 5 major guilds. Cause as of right now, power-wise, each guild in Korea is relatively balanced, but if a new S-rank were to join any of them, it'll upset the power scale in the country and give that one guild more influence than the others. But Jinwoo ends up declining the offer because he still needs to get stronger so he can save his mom, and being stuck behind the desk all day will hinder his progress. So we tell Chairman Go he belongs to the streets, fighting in the trenches. Later on, Jinwoo's online looking for new gear, but he's stressed because he can't afford any of it because he's a like, yeah, that boy leveled up his drip and power, but he's still technically in E rank for the next couple days until his new rank becomes official. So that nigga might as well be in the keto phase because he still ain't getting no bread. And Jinwoo has A rank gear from the system like the Spear of Avarice, but he wouldn't be able to sell it without raising suspicion since he's still in E rank. Everybody would just think he was scamming like one of them niggas who post, hey, who got Chaser Wells Fargo? I can make you an easy 5K today on their Snapchat story. So instead, Jinwoo's whole plan is to take a temp job and join a mining team that's gonna be on cleanup duty after the Hunters Guild clears an A rank gate. So it's the day of the raid and we see Jinwoo getting registered for work, where bro is literally gonna have to be on some Fortnite or Minecraft type of timing with his pickaxe all day since excavation tools won't work inside the gate due to magical interference. Then we cut over to inside the gate where Temu Aizen immediately starts aura farming and completely ditched these 3 magic beasts.
Take position, tanks. There's a storm coming.
So the squad presses on, clearing out everything, and emerges from the gate with Choi leading the pack. Jinwoo ducks in the back and hides his face because he don't want nobody asking questions about what he doing there. And this is when we officially get introduced to fine shit, aka Hey and Cha. And I can't even lie to y'all boys, she needs to come.
Fuck with your boy. Fuck with your boy. Fuck with your boy.
And as she's walking past, Fine Shit immediately senses Jinwoo's aura, so he has to disappear quicker than Lil Rodney's dad. So shortly after that, Jinwoo and the rest of the mining crew heading to the gate to farm the mana crystal. But Jinwoo's distracted because he can sense the magic power of an A-rank dungeon boss, and he wants to go test out his new skills. He's tempted, but he knows he can't go without raising suspicion. So after mining for a while, it's finally lunchtime, and Jinwoo decides that he's gonna hang back while everybody else dips out. And nah, Jinwoo, you ain't slick, gang. Bro was just waiting for his opportunity. Dropped his pickaxe and made a straight beeline for the boss. Like, we all know at this point, it's two things that Jinwoo's addicted to: leveling up and farming aura. So y'all already know, bro couldn't help but give in the temptation. It was impossible. This was just like asking me not to bark in my screen after seeing that new Haley Van Lith video. So Jinwoo pulls up to the front of the boss chamber, donning the most devious smirk of all time. This nigga even spawned in his blade, so y'all already know he was trying to get into some treacherous activities.
Here we are, the boss chamber. This guy's definitely stronger than Metis. As much as I want to, I know I shouldn't kill it. The gate will close if I do, and the Hunter's Guild will suffer a massive loss. But a little poke can't hurt.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Oh shit! Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
I asked you a question. It shouldn't be too difficult to answer. And knowing he's caught, Jinwoo has to put on a Hall of Fame, Oscar-worthy type of performance and get on some Future type of timing by straight up lying.
Sensational.
And he just gets a gaslight and Fine Shit saying he accidentally got lost in the dungeon. And funny enough, Cha believes him even though she swore he had a weapon in his hands 2 seconds ago. So Jinwoo starts walking back, and as he passes Cha, wait, hold on.
Yeah, what's up?
What? For some reason, he doesn't stink.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, but why do you actually smell good? All those other hunters smell worse than a middle school locker room. Straight Axe body spray mixed in with the stench of sweaty basketball shorts under jeans. Hey, all I gotta say is, this was W preparation on Jinwoo's part. Even though he knew he was finna be in the field playing Minecraft all day, bro still made sure he smelled good. Cause you never know when the baddie's gonna pull up to the function, so you always gotta be prepared. So Jinwoo made sure to put that shit on and mix the Versace Arrows with the Blue de Chanel and Dior Sauvage with some EOS vanilla cashmere lotion on the side. And Fine Shit just could not resist. Shorty was ready to risk it all. But nah, y'all boys, on a serious note, if you ain't never tried mixing your favorite fragrance with that EOS vanilla cashmere lotion, let me put y'all on. Game is game. But anyways, Cha ends up checking Jinwoo's badge and sees that he's an E-rank. So she immediately lil bros him and sends him back with the squad. And even though he couldn't bag Cha on the first attempt, it's cool, cause Jinwoo was still high-key crossing her mind. So my boy in there. So Jinwoo links with the gang after lunch and starts chopping it up with OG, who's jealous that Jinwoo got to have a conversation with Cha. He was talking about some, whoa, golly gee, man, you're lucky. You actually got to have some one-on-one time with her? Even getting to talk to her is a pipe dream for guys like us.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
And do I even gotta say it? No? Okay, cool. Off this one interaction alone, I'm already knowing what type of dude OG is. Unk is the type of nigga who likes literally everything a baddie posts on her IG story. Like, I kid you not, it could be an actual thirst trap or a can of paint. It don't matter. That heart is getting sent regardless. And liking a bad bitch IG story is just like typing in Kaisenat's chat and hoping he notices. Like, bro, please have a little self-respect. You can't even fathom how much motion they got. I promise you, you is not on their radar, gang. But anyways, since he did such a good job mining, Jinwoo gets invited back to work another day. And since he still has some extra time before his reassessment, he agrees to come back to earn some extra cash. So we cut over to later that night, and lo and behold, we got Fine Shit up at 1 a.m. trying to get all the details on our boy, cause Jinwoo is still crossing her mind.
Expose him! Expose him!
Y'all, Cha scoured the internet trying to find this man's IG, TikTok, Twitter, and Snap, but no dice. So she just went straight to the source and asked the Hunters Association, but they won't give her no info either because his file is locked up. So Shorty just has to go to bed thinking about Sung Drip Woo. Nah, man, somebody needs to nerf Jinwoo, bruh, cause right now, dog is hitting harder than an OG pump, pulling shorties with no effort. Wait, is this what it feels like to be Duke Dennis?
Type shit.
So fast forward to the next day, Jinwoo pulls up to the mining site again where they make quick work of the crystals and they even get to go to lunch early. So while they chilling, they get pulled up on by Captain Ki-hoon Song, an A-rank hunter and the leader of the secondary strike team that's gonna be taking on the A-rank raid in a little bit. And the reason that he's there is because he wants to ask the mining team if anybody will volunteer to be a bag carrier for the raid, since a guy that was supposed to do it flaked at the last minute. But wasn't nobody trying to take him up on his offer. This is like when your boy asks you to take one for the team and entertain the chop shorty on the 2-man. They know it's a setup. Damn. So don't none of y'all broke ass niggas want the hazard pay? I mean, shit, we got some baddies on the squad too. If you come, I can make sure you get a follow back on IG.
Listen, Captain, respectfully, we're a bunch of D&E ranks, and that's an A-rank gate. The hazard pay is cool and all, but we can't spend that money or flex that IG follow if we too busy getting sturdy with Pop Smoke after. So no one here is willing to help us?
And the scene was dead silent until Jinwoo was like,
I do it.
And all the miners think he's crazy, but y'all gotta remember, they don't know the power of the Wooski. So Jinwoo heads to the gate with Ki-hoon, and this is when we get introduced to the secondary strike team, or as I like to call it, All NBA First Team Fine Shit. And I'ma just apologize for what I'm about to say in advance, cause
Raw, next question.
Raw, next question. Raw, next question. Raw, next question.
Oh my God.
Stop it. Get some help.
Hey, all I'm saying is, they lucky I wasn't on that strike squad, cause I would have been in that bitch trying to raid some different dungeons, you feel me? But anyways, the squad was out there with mad talent on the roster, looking like the 2017 Golden State Warriors with 6 A rank and 3 B rank hunters. But as they walking in, Jinwoo can't help but feel like something's off. He has that same bad feeling like he did earlier in the season at the Red Gate. But Jinwoo ain't even get the chance to think it over, cause the second the gang heard it was smoke, it was up. On instinct, the entire gang squared up and was ready to get active. And somebody in the shadows must have just popped Squirt Street, cause the squad just got blitzed by a whole pack of demon dogs. He blocks, then cracks this man down the middle like a Kit Kat. Then the tank threw the oops to bro right here who was like,
YN breathing, first form.
Swiss cheese! And to finish off the combo, Girly summons lasers, and these completely eviscerate the corpses of the rest of the demon dog. And after that first little scuffle, the squad knew something was up. They was just like,
wait, this is an A-rank dungeon, and demon dogs are C-rank beasts. What are they doing here?
And after looking them over for a second, Jinwoo peeps that all the dogs have collars, meaning that these boys are domesticated. And that pretty much guarantees that there's somebody higher in the food chain that they gonna have to deal with. And right on cue, we hear,
There's the reason behind that bad feeling.
So we see that the gang then just got pulled up on by the D-Block demons. A whole horde of high orcs that look diesel as hell. And the orcs immediately let the strike squad know, we run up the chimney, we ain't ducking no smoke. Bro lets out a roar, then turns into Tariq Scooble, throwing a 100-mile-per-hour dot right at the captain. And Ki-hoon was able to block, but now his shield's more cracked than a 12-year-old Fortnite Timmy high off G Fuel and Pixie Sticks. And just look at his face. He knows they might be cooked. So the rest of the high orcs immediately got in a nickel double mug and started spamming mid blitz 0, the most broken blitz in the game. So Tankboy whips out his taunt skill, but that shit ain't work, cause this orc just used bro's shield as a stepping stone, and like any good DPS, started targeting the backline. But luckily, bro was able to counter by using Fireball Jutsu, knocking him back. But literally all it did was stun him for half a second, cause bro took 0 damage and started darting right back in. So to avoid getting turned into chopped cheese, the goth baddie gets in her bag, summoning Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Strap, conjuring ropes and shit to capture him. And the whole time I was watching this, I was just thinking, man, fuck a high orc. My baby, when you gonna tie me up like that? I'd be laying there on the bed with my hands covering my face like these.
You's a freaky ass nigga.
But anyways, while she has the high orc immobilized, dog right here summons 2 fire soldiers who immediately make a beeline for bro. But
it do not matter.
They both just end up getting one pump. So we cut over to the other shorty that's running the ones, dodging, ducking, and weaving before landing this mean 2-piece combo. And just as she's going in for the finishing blow, she is blindsided by dog, looking like Prime Ray Lewis, sending Girly flying into the concrete. And I'm not gonna lie, He put his hands on fine shit. Bro has to die now. And the situation just keeps getting worse and worse by the second. The squad is outnumbered bad, and the high orcs are slowly surrounding and overpowering the hunters. Like the A ranks are having a difficult time running the ones as is, but the 3 B ranks are basically lambs to the slaughter. In one foul swoop, this orc social distance dog's left arm from the rest of his body, basically turning this man into the winter soldier, but without the super soldier serum or the cold ass vibranium arm from Wakanda. So yeah, nah, he's finna be a bro. But luckily for bro, Gotshit stepped in, snaring bro in a serpent trap, while the medic gave this nigga a chug jug to restore him back to full health. But these boys couldn't even get 1 second to catch their breath, cause this bald-headed demon pulled up on timing like,
I like you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
So Jinwoo just got to moving shiesty, no poo. Popped his invis and just got to playing Hall of Fame defense like DDG. And this man just uses sheer aura to put Baldy in a chokehold. Got him foaming at the mouth before saying,
green fuck nigga.
Literally taking the top off like Gunna, ripping his spine from the rest of his body. OMG. Bro did not have to go this crazy. But anyways, using his stealth skill, Jinwoo turned into a whole COD movement demon, sneaking around the battlefield, lacing each one of the orcs with fans, making them weaker and catching a few bodies in the process. And all I gotta say is, aura farming is one hell of a drug. Cause Jinwoo, bro, you're literally in stealth mode. Nobody can see you. Why is you clip farming, gang? And with the high orcs weakened, the strike squad is having a way easier time dealing with them. And Kyun ended up delivering the final blow to the leader. But the strike squad ain't stupid. They know something's up, so they trying to figure out how the difficulty in that fight just went from Hall of Fame to rookie. But hey, they won, so they ain't spend too much time thinking about it. And initially, Jinwoo thinks he done got off scot-free without anybody noticing. But whole time, the goth baddie was hot on his trail. Shorty already peeped. She was just like,
does he think we're stupid? All these mages around and he actually believe no one would notice him using stealth? That aside, he is the reason we won that fight, so I guess I'll let it slide for now.
So the squad gets to chopping it up about what they should do next, since the danger level of this raid is higher than they initially expected. And Kyun is faced with a tough decision, cause right now, the guild has him on a 10-day contract as a squad captain. And if this raid goes well, he's guaranteed to get the official promotion and get that permanent status. So he thinks it over for a second, and to my surprise, bro actually used common sense. He said, nah, the ops moving a little too militant. We gonna have to come back and spin the block with a couple more hunters. So they start heading out, but as soon as they get to the front, they're shocked to see that somebody placed a barrier on the exit. So these boys can't leave. The high orcs was really out here moving like Marvin Sapp, locked everybody in the church so they dropped a $100 dono. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, if I was in there and the ushers tried closing the door on me, I would have been in that hole like these, turning into prime Derrick Henry. Man, I'm talking about some close the doors. Nah, twin, the A-gap is right there. And unless you got Fred Warner back in the line, I'm taking that bitch to the crib. Literally. So Gotshit and 2 of the other mages go to dispel the barrier, but this is when the dungeon boss just starts flexing his aura, sending chills down everybody's spine. And his aura was so strong that even the B ranks could feel it. So they already know they got a blue skidoo we can't toot they asses up out of there with the quickness. But out of nowhere, the goth baddie gets burnt like a Gucci third leg victim, and they electrocuted my baby cause some degenerate wanted to put a curse on the barrier.
I'm sorry.
And some of y'all may be thinking, but Huncho, there's another guy sitting right there. He got hurt too. What about him?
I don't give a fuck.
But anyways, Kyun starts yelling cause he's confused on why they ain't getting no heals. Just to turn around and see 50 plus high orcs posted up like Shaq in the 90s, ready to get it back in blood for their homies. So the group leader starts walking up to Kyun, and this nigga just gets to roaring like a Hellcat. And I'ma tell y'all right now, Kyun is a better man than me, cause I know for a fact that man's breath is OD stinky. I would have been in this face like, ugh.
Brother, ugh.
But anyways, bro gets possessed by the spirit of your local neighborhood gas station crackhead and just gets to tweaking out and starts using that harassment riz, giving these boys the ultimate ultimatum.
My name is Kargalgan, master of curses, and you have 2 options. Come chill with me and the homies in my dungeon, or die.
So Ki-hoon and the gang agree to go meet up with Kargalgan. And before they do, Ki-hoon tells Jinwoo that the plan is to launch a full-on surprise attack on the boss. And while they're fighting, that'll be Jinwoo's chance to escape and contact the primary strike squad, even though they'll probably die in the process. And as a final wish, Shorty asks Jinwoo to deliver her will to her family, which he takes reluctantly. So we cut to back outside the gate just to see that Cha is pulled up to the mining site, looking for this man Jinwoo like he's her baby daddy who didn't pay child support. Going full on Sherlock Holmes, looking like Joe off of You the way she's low-key stalking this man. So pulls up, fulfilling his wet dream from earlier about getting to talk to Cha, and he tells her that Jinwoo was inside the gate working as a carrier. So we come back over to see Jinwoo and them pulling up to the orc's lair, and I'm not gonna lie, this high-key tough. And there's literally hundreds of high orcs in there just standing menacingly, with the boss saying,
I bid you welcome, human worms.
So y'all already know, some treacherous activities are bound to ensue.
Evil Empire, laughing all the way to the
Jin Woo absolutely curb stomped Kargalgan. Y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail, so y'all already know. Due to popular demand, we back with some more solo leveling. But hey, before we get into the video, make sure y'all go follow me on Twitch. We've been going crazy over there with the live streams lately, so make sure y'all tap in and show the boys some love. The link is down in the description, so pull up on me when I'm live. But anyways, I'm not even gonna waste no more time. We gotta see all the treacherous activities our boy Jin Woo is up to in this A-rank, borderline S-rank dungeon. So let's get into it.
I got loyalty inside my DNA.
Alright, so we pick up right where we left off with Cha standing outside the gate, going full on Joe Goldberg, still trying to find our boy Dripple who's inside the gate and about to start fighting his demons, No Can Carson. Bro, Jinwoo needs a nerf. Dog is out there looking like Joe Burrow ever since he got to the NFL, operating off straight aura and no accolades, and Cha is still down bad over him. But anyways, Cha still has her first interaction in mind, and she was just like, wait, I know I'm not tripping. He definitely had a weapon in his hand when I caught him in front of the boss store. Something's up. An E-rank hunter taking a carrier job in an A-rank dungeon? Does he think he's... So after thinking it over for a minute, Cha decides that she's going inside the gate to fight, cause there's no way she finna let the first dude she's actually interested in get put on a t-shirt. But as she's walking in, Cha realizes that she left the switch back at the house and she ain't trying to get caught lacking. So Unc equips her with a Fortnite pickaxe and she makes her way inside. So we come back to inside the dungeon to see that the strike squad has finally made it to the center of the boss chamber, and they're surrounded by hundreds of high orcs out there lined up looking militant. And these boys stole the Wakandans' whole flow, banging their spears on the ground too, like,
Keep on back! Keep on back! Keep on back! Keep on back!
So Jinwoo and the gang get to scout in the field, saying that this many high orcs could easily flatten an entire city if they broke out. The aura radiating off just the 4 high orc generals alone is horrifying. And the boss is just being a capital D for dickhead, intensely staring down Ki-hoon like he sees the fattest yeeks of all time, striking the fear of God into this man.
It's our job to close this gate, no matter the cost.
So the boss finally makes a move, taking off his mask, revealing his underbite from hell, and says,
Do you fear me, pitiful humans?
Oh, fuck.
And yeah, the aura of the 4 high orc generals was up there, but the boss's aura was completely mind-numbing. Like it legit got Shorty right here acting out a body like she just got hit with a Doctor Strange ult.
By the eye of Agamotto.
And the whole gang is just scared shitless. Like everybody in there is looking uneasy as hell. Just like me if my Uber driver told me he used to play football at the University of Georgia. It's like compared to him, I'm a 3rd-rank spellcaster at best, and that's being generous. Well, we came to meet with you. What now?
You entertain us.
So basically, Kargalgan tells the strike squad that they've been essentially invited to the world's most freaked out Diddy party on crack, where they'll be drugged, tortured, beaten, and killed off slowly, one by one, for the sole purpose of providing amusement to him and the rest of the high orcs. So this is basically like if Freaknik in that one scene from Tokyo Ghoul hit the fusion dance. And from his seat, the boss was just like,
huh? Hold on. One of these things is not like the other. This might be more interesting than I thought.
And like I said earlier, this man Jinwoo has to be stopped. Like, I've heard of someone's name preceding them, but to be preceded by one's aura? Nah, that shit is bonkers. Unheard of, gang. Meanwhile, this whole time, Ki-hoon was just standing there, thinking about how death would be infinitely times better than getting diddled in 69 different ways by these beefy-ass high orcs. So man's unsheaths his sword, yelling out, "Everyone, charge!" and starts making a beeline towards the boss, boss, but looks back because he doesn't hear any footsteps behind him. Just to turn around and see that the whole squad is standing there, completely frozen, doing the mannequin challenge like it's 2016. Like, yo, that one meme is really true. Niggas be fake demons. Like the whole strike squad was trying their best not to make eye contact with Ki-hoon, acting like the dungeon contained the world's most interesting floor tiles. Like, ah, yes, y'all boys, the weather is weathering today, ain't it? Mm-hmm, so is. Totally, I agree. That's some nice weather. Perfect for a day on the beach. Like, y'all, I kid you not, all of their moms definitely put them on birth control when they was younger, cause they could just see that they had that hoe in them. Ki-hoon sees this and doesn't even give it a second thought. Mans don't give a fuck. Solo dolo, one-man army against 50 type shit. He still charged in head first, full on Naruto running at the boss, even though he knew he was finna get sauteed, fried, cooked, whitewashed, and get dead dirty in every way imaginable. But hey, I can respect that. Bro was not trying to spend 5 nights at Diddy's. And the boss was just staring at him like,
come out to play.
So Ki-hoon said,
the booty is mine, it belongs to me, you cannot take my booty!
Song of Guardian. You fool. Anti-gravity.
So the boss picks up Ki-hoon, giving a grown man uppies just to slam him face first into the pavement. And Kargalgan was just like,
you're done. There's no way out of this one.
Got to doing this man bold, just bouncing him up and down like a BBL, and repeatedly crashing him into walls like he just fought Bucky on Marvel Rivals.
Again!
And the whole time this top tier tomfoolery is going on, where Mans is literally beating the life energy out this nigga. You would think our main character Jin Woo would step in and help, right? Yo, just look at what he's doing instead. So looking at it, bro, we gotta go ahead and get the guild to at least 10,000. Shit, yeah, maybe even 20, twin. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, Jinwoo, I thought you was on a raid. How's you in the game right now? Oh, I got bored carrying their bags, so I just took a little break. I mean, they did run into some high orcs I had to help with, and they headed into the boss chamber right now. But hey, it's an A-rank strike squad. They should be straight. I don't know, gang. I feel like you should check in. Man, hold on, let me see. Hey, what should I do, chat? Should I tap in? You wanna see the live feed? Hey, chat, for 5 gifted, I'll give y'all a behind-the-scenes sneak peek of an A-rank raid. 5 gifted in chat. Somebody drop it. Yo, the boy, 2-turn Timmy with the 20 gifted. Hey, W Timmy in the chat. Hey, I appreciate you, gang.
Oil up for me, sung drip zaddy poo. I wanna see that room turn into a slip and slide all diddy.
Mods, time him out for 60 minutes. Alright, let's see how they doing out there.
I just love my dog. No. Wait.
Make my shit straight, bitch ass nigga.
Dude, I'm watching your stream. Why is you trying not to laugh, bruh? That's disrespectful as shit, bruh. What the fuck is wrong with you, bruh? Stop fucking laughing. So Ki-hoon's out there getting his ass turned every way but loose, while his squad is watching it in terror. And just as it looks like it's about to be GG's, with Mans dying to fall damage, we hear
Captain Song, the Hunters Guild has the rights to this dungeon. It's really not my place, sir. But as it stands, all the fine shit on your strike team is in real danger. So let me ask you this. Do I have your permission to aura farm and kill every beast in here? Save them, please, big bro Jinwoo. Save all the bad bitches on my strike squad. Just don't impress the goth baddie too much. That's my boy. No promises.
I said it once, I said it twice, and now I'm gonna say it 3 times. Sung Jinwoo is the aura farmer amongst all aura farmers. And it's only a few other people who even come remotely close. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, his only comp is Piccolo. This man Jinwoo is the sole reason for the aura farming epidemic in 2025. Cause not only did this man wait until the last possible millisecond to save Ki-hoon from certain death on some RDC type of timing, he made sure to have the full attention of the baddies when he did it. Then proceeded to play some DDG level Hall of Fame defense on Ki-hoon, lil bro on them by basically saying, hey, you need my hotspot again, bro? I know that Boost Mobile data plan you got be fucking up, and I can't have you out here with no internet. How else you gonna FaceTime your girl? We both know she at the house waiting for you. Straight up embarrassing him in front of all the hus. Then starts pulling out moves he ain't never used before. Like, y'all, this nigga legit no-look the aura farm, choking out this high orc general with ruler's hand. Then stole Kargalgan's whole flow, sending this man uppity, launching him into the stratosphere. And now we got this man hanging from the ceiling like Spider-Man and made his ace disappear like a sleight of hand. Bro, all I'ma say is, aura farming is one hell of a drug, and it gotta be talking to Jinwoo at all times like the Green Goblin mask.
Leave me alone!
So the boss starts flexing his aura, trying to strike the fear of God into Jin Woo, cause he think he's still big dog on campus, but he didn't know how outclassed he actually was. Hey, it's just like Cat Williams said, a Chrysler 300 look like a Phantom till a real Phantom pull up. And I'ma just tell y'all boys now, a Phantom has entered the mix. So Jin Woo gets up and just starts talking crazy to the boss.
Gotta hand it to you. You've got the most intense aura I've ever seen. Naturally. You know, unfortunately, this is a terrible matchup. And when I say that, I mean for you.
So while this is going on, a surveillance team from the Hunters Association just pulled up outside the gate because they trying to figure out why they 5-star D1 recruit has been messing around in Minecraft brain rot parkour maps for the past couple days. And as they're talking to Unk, they all get hit with a vicious wave of aura like SCA just walked past. So them boys grab their gear to reevaluate the level of the gate, and it's revealed that this is actually an upper tier A rank gate, borderline S rank. And they quickly realized that they may have just sent Kihun and his squad to the deli, no ice spice, cause them niggas probably as good as chopped cheese right now. So we cut over to Cha just to see that Shorty has caught more bodies than a sorority girl during welcome week, and she sensed that same wave of aura too, so she's rushing to the spot to save everybody. Back to Jinwoo and them, Mans has literally summoned the young nigga Avengers, and y'all already know when Jinwoo brings out the Shadow Gang,
Man, shit ain't got serious.
Shiver me timbers. You summon a bunch of 60 overalls to the battle and expect me to be scared? Pathetic.
Hey, don't look down on my guys. It upsets me. Monarch's domain.
So out of nowhere, Jinwoo steals Jujutsu Kaisen's whole flow and pops a domain expansion, giving his soldiers a 50% boost to all their stats. And I'm already knowing that boy Future would be proud, cause this also turns their aura from Gatorade Glacier Blue to Dirty Sprite Purple.
Sensational.
And just like an offensive coordinator, the boss calls the play and his high orc troops go dashing in. So Iron lets out a mean roar, activating his taunt skill, which because of the boost from Monarch's domain, has evolved from D1 Instigator to Hall of Fame Rage Baiter. But even with the stats increase, that shit still don't work, and this just pisses off Iron. So he turns his axe into a whole fidget spinner, and in one foul swoop, takes the top off all these boys like he's gonna split them in half. And at this point, that little taunt move that Iron uses has gotta be going in the vault as one of the most useless anime moves of all time. Up there with Vegeta's Final Flash, cause bro, when has that shit ever worked? Then we cut over to the second biggest aura farmer in the show, the boy, Igris walk him down. And before we even get into what he did, I just want y'all to take a second to peep the stance that this man decided to take. Hey, by no means am I a fight expert, but my brother, what tactical advantage could you possibly gain from posing like this, twin? Life or death situation right now, and this nigga is posing for IG flicks. Bro is literally willing to die for a Fitbit. But it was fake. I knew it. I knew it! This was all just an illusion, cause Dog was never in any real danger to begin with. Like, Igris no-dips these boys in a literal nanosecond, and Jinwoo was in the field going crazy. Got the team on his back like 2018 Bron, mowing these boys down with no effort. But this is when Jinwoo starts to notice that most of his soldiers who are around B rank are getting cooked. Bad. For every high orc body they catch, 4 or 5 of Jinwoo's regular soldiers are getting packed. So Jinwoo's already knowing he gonna have to put in some OT to make this fight easier for his boys. So out of nowhere, Kargalgan turns into the Wish.com avatar, master of all 4 elements, setting off a mini nuke, putting up crazy numbers in the kill feed.
Did you really believe you could hide behind your little puppets all day? How arrogant.
You're the last person who should be talking about arrogance, cause my puppets can do this all day.
Soul Guardian acceleration.
So the boss just gets to going crazy, legit spamming AoE attacks to destroy Jinwoo's shadow soldiers cause he knows that he has limits. And if he can drain all his mana, this fight is as good as over. So he tries bathing Jinwoo in waves of lava, but Jinwoo just shrugs that shit off like Sukuna.
I'm curious, how long will it take before you crumble? As you can see, my soldiers are superior in quantity and quality, and it's only a matter of time before your mana runs out, because I intend to soak you dry.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia! Oh, hell no!
Oh, nigga, you gay!
There you go again. making assumptions. I'm sure you've heard of necromancers. Well, how about I show you one in action? Arise.
So after popping the big pot to restore his mana, Jinwoo basically said, "Merry Switchness!" and turned all of this man's soldiers into Kevin Durant, making them switch teams. And Kargalgan and his boys are in shock. And Jinwoo just starts talking reckless.
There's no way. You turned all of my soldiers into yours?
Aw, don't worry. I'll be sure to turn the rest into my shadows soon enough. And of course, that goes for you as well.
And to our boys, the boss is visibly tweaking out. Mans is petrified. So he subs in his star players, the High Orc Generals. But you would think that Jinwoo Shadow Soldiers don't fuck with elevators, cause these boys came to step. And got to moving completely different. I ain't just running the ones with this armored High Orc. And bro was all giggles before the fight even started. So I'm already knowing what type of timing he was on. Disengage, low sweep, high heavy. Stupid. Give me that on. Into a full 360 spin slash. Decapitating this man. And now he has his head bouncing across the court like a motherfucking tennis ball. And this perfectly transitions to Igris, who finds himself in a 2v1 against the other High Orc Generals. And real quick, we're gonna transition into a segment of Family Feud. What do they have in common edition? Top 7 answers are on the board. TV audience at home, name something that these two High Orc Generals and DJ Khaled have in common. They can't jump for shit. He said they can't jump for shit. Survey says that is correct. And with that answer, the TV audience at home will be taking home the grand prize of $25,000. Thanks for playing, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you here again next time on Family Feud. But yeah, nah. Dumb and Dumber here must have not got the memo that Igris is literally jump resistant. That boy was out there moving like a prime Chris move catchphrase. What maneuver could possibly be smoother? Just blocking, weaving, and parrying with no effort until he gets knocked back, planting his long sword in the ground. And the orcs must have thought without his weapon, Igris was free eats. But nah, stupid, you ain't account for my daggers. Headshot, 200 bumps sent his ass straight back to the lobby. And Igris said, "Oh, we back to running the ones now? Bet. Let me play with my food a little bit." Straight up speed blitzes, bro. Combos in midair and turns into Prime 2013 D-Wade, throwing the lob to nobody else other than nah. The Shadow Soldiers doing tag team combos like they in the WWE is wicked. Hey, W coordination in the chat. But anyways, this goofy ass no-name NPC sees that with Jinwoo in the field, they up. So he was just like, "Come on guys, this is our chance. Let's go get in the mix." But Kargalgan wasn't having that at all. And immediately reminded bro that he's a bench warmer by saying,
"Song of Magic Johnson's HIV. Song of Gucci Third Legs Herpes."
But anyways, the boss said he's had just about enough of this from Jin Woo. So Mans finally gets up from his chair and tries hitting our boy with every curse known to man. COVID-19, monkeypox, Ebola, the bird flu, and even the evolved coronavirus variant, COVID-20.
Oh, hell no.
But little did he know, Jin Woo just finished taking all his shots at Walgreens right before this, so diseases don't work on him. And at this point, Jin Woo's tired of bro hiding behind that shield, so he summons his mages who are holding his Spear of Avarice, conjuring a huge fireball that's burning so hot it legit turns blue like a big pot. Then they cock back and say,
"Fear Magneto!"
And this fireball just shredded through the boss's shield like a 50 cal sniper bullet through sandpaper, breaking Kargalgan's mask in the process, revealing that this man is more chopped than Dabo. And this just got the boss heated. Mans goes full on Aaron Yeager, turning into the attack titan and tower over Jinwoo, trying to squash him like a bomb.
Gotta say, I'm not too fond of giants. To be honest, that move really just pissed me off.
Shut up, insolent human!
And this man Jinwoo undoubtedly sees this giant flaming laser headed right for him, but instead of getting completely out the way, this man just ever so slightly moves to his left, so the blast would just barely miss him. Also, he could get this IG flick. Bro, at this point, Jinwoo's not even fighting to save the day no more. Man's is just fighting to farm more aura. Ref! do something! And since that ain't work, the boss starts getting deep in his bag of tricks, launching a massive AoE attack that literally spawns in hundreds of dragon heads that are each shooting fire blasts, indiscriminately covering the entire battlefield. Nah, gang, Jinwoo's rage bait has genuinely gotten to this man, to the point that his own homies are catching strays.
After all this, do you still think I, the mighty Kargalgan, are no match for you?
Yup, you're buns, bro.
This man Jinwoo legit starts emoting mid-air, blade in hand, and legit turns into Levi Ackerman, gouging out the boss's right eye, causing Kargalgan to crash out. And in a last-ditch effort, he turns the whole arena into a Minecraft Flora's lava map. But this is no issue for Jinwoo. Bro, Xbox 360's out the way, weaving encounters with his two daggers. And Jinwoo realizes at this size, his blaze ain't gonna be enough to get the job done. So he activates Ruler's Hand, completely ripping these shackles off the wall, chains this nigga like he's in 4PF, then puts my man's in a spin cycle, before saying the worst nightmare of every sweaty gaming nerd who doesn't leave their stinky chair.
Tremble before bats, fuck nigga!
Or whatever Black Panther said. Tipping this man over like Humpty Dumpty, looking like he finna get baptized. So Manager Woo and his team finally pull up to see this, and they're astonished. But then he peeps Cha and the strike team standing there, so he gets to chopping it up with them to make sure they're okay.
The second your little bodyguards became mine, you were as good as dead.
Do you know who I am? You treacherous human scum! I'll kill you for this!
Boys, get him.
So Jinwoo sicks the boss's own soldiers against him, and they just get to putting straight 808s on his ass, giving this man all types of beats. And with that, Kargalgan is finally finished off. So Jinwoo ends up extracting his shadow and officially names him Tusk with the rank of Elite Knight. And with all the commotion going on, bro completely forgot that everybody else was in the dungeon with him, and ended up getting jump scared by Manager Woo when he said what up. So Jinwoo just turns around trying not to look guilty like, hi, how are you? And of course, after witnessing that elite performance, they have some questions. What was wait, bro, what's going on? You're an E rank, right? So how is you out there moving like that? But Manager Woo and his lackey step in and save Jinwoo from having to explain himself by saying that right now, all info about him is top secret, strictly confidential matters of the association. And I'm crying, bro. This man was really on some Drake type of time. This old, I wasn't hiding my talent from the world, I was hiding the world from my talent ass scenario. But anyways, they all thank Jinwoo for saving their lives, and as he's getting escorted out the dungeon, Fine Shit tries getting her Glorilla bag like, they say shoot to shoot. Jinwoo, what's up with you? But Fine Shit just ends up fumbling cause she got tongue-tied. Then the goth baddie asks, Hunter Cha, why do you have a pickaxe? And Cha's embarrassed, so she just starts blushing and says, do you think he thought I was weird? And with that, the raid is finally over, and everybody is just waiting in anticipation, cause they know a brand new S rank is about to enter the mix. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, hit that sub button for me, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. And go follow the boy over on Twitch. We've been going crazy over there with the live streams, applying pressure, so make sure y'all pull up to chop it up with me. And if you haven't already, make sure you go sub up to the second channel too. I've been dropping content on there consistently, so you don't want to miss out. Make sure y'all boys join the Discord and go follow me on TikTok. All links are down in the description. And as always, I appreciate the support here on the main channel. We on the road to 200K and should be hitting that sometime soon. I couldn't do none of this without y'all support, so thank you.
So yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Be smooth.